Hello folks, today we're going to be playing Overlord, Fellowship of Evil for the Platinum Trophy. This will be your guide, and before we even begin, I'm just going to give a warning to everybody. The trophies in this game are extremely easy, but there's a huge problem with the online trophies. The problem is that the server is disgraceful. It works poorly. And one of the particular trophies you'll have the most trouble with is the multiplayer, where you have to have 4 players who spawn 4 minions at the same time. You'll have trouble with this because you will never connect to that number of people through the game. So you have to do it by means of looking for PSN IDs in the Overlord FOE forum, or you have to look on PlayStationTrophies.org for PSN IDs, or if you select underneath your game on your PlayStation's front menu, there is an Overlord forum community attached to the game which has some PSN IDs. You will have to go out of your way to send friend requests and messages to people that you don't know and communicate with other people and ask them to help you with some of the trophies. It's the only way that you'll be able to get the online trophies in this game. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, I'll discuss a little bit more about that. But let's talk about the other trophies we're going to focus on. Okay, so long as you guys get at least 3 friends to help you with the multiplayer trophy, you'll be fine. The other trophies in the game will include mostly grinding, and the majority of the trophies are unmissable. They are quest related, so you'll just beat the game's story mode. If you farm for violet gems, you can rank up all the characters, and blue gems you can rank up all the minions, and that will give you the Overlord and minions trophies. They're all grinding, they're all simple enough. So what I really want to focus this guide on is online trophies, not every single trophy. Most of the trophies are self-explanatory. You'll just give them a once-over read and you'll know exactly what to do. The online trophies are a little bit different. They need a little bit of guidance, some of them. There's a couple of in-game trophies I'll cover, such as Suffer and Burn. I'll explain how that trophy works. So first things first, I wanted to point out what I would consider the best quest in the entire game to do most of your online trophies. At the bottom there I have written the fastest multiplayer quest for trophies is Troll's Lair, and that's completely right. So some of the online trophies you're going to be going for is the King of the Tower trophy, which is to finish a quest in first place as the host. So there's a few things that you need to do for King of the Tower. When you start this quest, select Troll's Lair, beat the boss, and when you're with just one, you don't need all 3, one other person on multiplayer mode, you pick up the loot, and they do not pick up the loot. And that will make you first place. However, you must also be the host, so make sure they joined your game and you did not join their game. So you would send an invite to them and they would come and join your game. So once you're the host, you pick up all the loot, they pick up nothing, you'll be first place, and then you can end this quest and receive your King of the Tower trophy. Get by with a little bit of help trophy is going to pop during this as well, because this trophy only requires that you are in multiplayer with a friend. Evil will always triumph trophy is a trophy that you will also get from doing this quest online with a friend. You have to kill a boss. However, again, you must be the host. So you invite your friend to come and join you, and you'll be the host. Then kill these trolls, and the evil will always triumph trophy will pop. Okay, now the next trophy is Raucous Rabble. This particular trophy, Raucous Rabble, is the stone wall for a lot of people. It's very difficult to find 3 friends. Oh, sorry, I keep saying friends. They don't need to be on your friends list. Sorry, that's my fault. They don't need to be on your friends list for the trophies. I keep using the word friends so loosely. No. That's because I read it on guides. Actually, even though I've made a mistake just now, I'm going to keep this mistake in the video. I'm not going to edit this. Because guides also say friends, and it's misleading. So, no, they don't need to be on your friends list. If you did have 3 randoms, then that's perfectly fine. I'm going to leave that mistake in this video. That's a good mistake to highlight. That gives you more information. Because every time I searched online on websites, it kept saying friends, and I thought, what, on my actual friends list? And no. So it can still be randoms. So friends or randoms, whatever, as long as you've got 3 people, then you have to spawn 4 minions at the same time. You would do this by pushing the square button. There's also a spawning pit right next to the entrance of this quest, so you can all get minions if you don't have them. Or you can use a minion staff. A minion staff, if you're not quite sure what that is basically a staff that gives you a constant supply of minion cubes. Okay, so once you have spawned these minions, the Raucous Rabble trophy will pop, and this will be the online trophies out of the way, and you can move on to much simpler trophies. So now let's focus on the offline trophies, you could say, because you don't need anybody else to help you with these. In the prologue, there's a quest called the Fluffy Menus, which I found this to be a useful quest for grinding. A couple of trophies are going to require that you grind the violet gems and the blue gems from the loot. This was an easy, early on prologue quest. Simple. You can grind this for a day and you'll upgrade everything. But what we're really going to be focusing on right now is the racing trophies. There are 3 racing trophies, and we're going to have to cover them in some depth just to get them, but one in particular in depth, just to make it absolutely clear how you make that trophy pop. So the first trophy, called Coronation, very easy. Just beat a race. Beat one. You beat one race, you get the trophy. That's it. The second trophy, Game of Crowns. Game of Crowns, basically you have to beat 100 races throughout the entire game. So you could beat the same race 100 times, or you could just go through the game and beat 100 races. They don't need to be straight wins. You can miss some, fail some, it doesn't matter. So long as you get 100 race wins over time. So the much more in-depth trophy that some people have complained doesn't pop, but it does. It's not glitched. There's no glitches. A lot of people complain that this trophy doesn't pop, and I know exactly the reason why, so I'm going to explain this. So give me all your attention. The speeding is illegal trophy doesn't pop for some people because they're doing it wrong. In order to get speeding is illegal, what you need to do is, you see this item on the ground that I'm running up to towards right now. This is a time capsule. And every single race has time capsules to give you an extra amount of time so that you don't run out of time, so you can keep racing. In every single race, or almost every single race, there are hidden time capsules. And the only races that count for the complete 100 traversal races on Speeding is Illegal are races where you collect every single time capsule 100% of the time capsules. So if you miss a time capsule, then that particular race will not be counted towards that trophy. And that's why people are having trouble to pop the trophy. However, you can also cheese this and just do the same race over and over and over again and make sure you pick up every single time capsule. That's the oversight for a lot of people. You must pick up every single time capsule, and that's it. So you shouldn't have too many problems now that you know why that happens. That's that dealt with. The next trophy we're going to focus on is Suffer and Burn. Suffer and Burn is a trophy where you have to use your special to knock the enemies off the edge, just like that. So in this particular quest, you can do this quite easily. Just look at the top left of my screen where I'm pointing to a meter. That's the meter that tells you when you've charged up your super. I'm also leading these enemies to the edge, not killing them initially, just leading them in groups to the edge. And I'll go and whack them. Boom! And off they go. It is quite confusing when you read that trophy, knock 20 people off an edge, because it doesn't really ring with any of the move sets that you have in the game at first. Infernus is the best nether ghoul for this. Her super is basically just a big swinging sword that just goes boom and off they go. And you can get this trophy straight away if you have the patience to kill every single enemy in this way on that particular edge and that particular quest. Very, very simple, very easy. First time I read that trophy, I thought, well, how am I going to do that? It's very confusing because when you play the game, nothing comes across as though, yeah, I can just knock enemies off an edge. It doesn't make any sense. So that was the weapon and special power that I noticed would work effectively. So that's how to do it. That's good advice. This is a tutorial quest. The reason I've added clips from the tutorial quest is for one final trophy that I will cover. I said I won't be covering all the trophies because some of them are self-explanatory. This one is self-explanatory. It's just collect 30 weapon cubes, buy every single weapon in the game. I mean, I don't really need to cover this, but I thought I would. If you cover the entire tutorial quest and collect every single weapon cube, you get around 30 cubes. If you play through the entire game and collect cubes that way, not only is it extremely time consuming, but you don't end up with the 1,600 weapon cubes, 1,600 of them that you'll need in order to get that trophy. You end up with somewhat like less than 600. So actually it's faster. As boring as it is, it's still faster to just go into the tutorial quest and just, I don't know, put YouTube videos on in the background and watch YouTube whilst you just play the game on mute and just grind the quest tutorial. It's actually really fast. So much faster. So if you're like me and you like to save time, I just played this over and over and over again until I got 1,600 weapon cubes. Bought all the weapons, and that was the trophy popped. Now, last thing I want to add is, if you want to use the comment section to recruit allies, feel free to. It will help. And that is the end of my guide. So, thanks for watching, and I hope it helps you guys out. See ya.
Yeah.